somebody that's wrong a lot here. It's Kamala Harris. She struggles in a friendly interview to answer basic questions on her economic agenda. Now, you thought we were done with this, didn't you? you thought that, oh, that was all the clips. No. No. I saved the best clip. I saved the best clip for this one. It speaks for itself.
Is about saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class, and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
But pardon me, Madam Vice President, the question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes. It is not right that teachers and nurses and firefighters are paying a higher tax rate than billionaires and the biggest corporations. And I plan on making that fair.
But we're dealing with the real world here.
But the real world includes...
How are you going to get this through Congress?
You know, when you talk quietly with a lot of folks in Congress, they know exactly what I'm talking about because their constituents know exactly what I'm talking about. Their constituents are those firefighters and teachers and nurses.
Kamala, you don't even know what you're talking about. The wealthy pay almost all net tax in the United States. So what's like the fair share? Do you notice he just shouts stuff to the skies, right? There's institutional racism. Assault rifles need to be banned. Like, but they don't actually ever get into the specifics of it. What's the fair share? Should they be paying 90%, 95%, 40%, 45%? Well, they don't pay any tax. They say the same thing about Donald Trump, right? Because they don't understand how taxes work. You have carryover losses, which a lot of businesses, even small businesses, sit there and capitalize on. They don't understand the fact that, I don't know, maybe Donald Trump pays more in sales tax in the freaking concrete that he purchases for his buildings than a lot of people do in their lifetime in taxes, Kamala. I just love this whole thing of like, well, he doesn't pay any taxes. Payroll tax, right? I don't know. All the other taxes that go into running a business, all the purchases that he makes of steel, iron, labor. Gotta love it. Well, he doesn't pay any taxes. The dude paid more taxes in a single year that you would pay in multiple lifetimes. Give me a freaking break. God, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And you have to wonder, if the billionaires are the ones that are going to be taxed, the billionaires and millionaires, before, right, it used to be the millionaires. It's like a Bernie Sanders thing. We got the billionaires. It's the billionaires. And then, before it used to be the millionaires. Now it's the billionaires. The question is, why are they all supporting Kamala Harris? You've noticed that? Like all the billionaires, these huge, huge people are supporting Kamala Harris. Well, Elon Musk gave us an answer yesterday, and it's quite shocking. If you're taking a sip, wetting your whistle at the same time as me, just don't do it for this next clip, because Elon on Tucker Carlson gave the reason why Kamala Harris is getting so much support from billionaires. He knows something.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
You know, I think part of why Kamala is getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.
You know what? It just hit me right now, something I didn't even think of. Just hear me out for a second. It's really short. Is it possible that maybe the Trump assassination attempts kind of involve this idea as well? That these billionaires could be paying off some team or some 20-year-old kid because they don't want the list to come out. I mean, it's odd, right? It's odd that we still don't have the list after all these years. It's odd that we don't have any information still on the first assassination attempt. We don't know anything. It's odd that we still don't have all the information about January 6th. The amount of agents that were on the ground. I mean, I heard rumors there's a couple hundred. FBI and other 3-letter agencies, boots on the ground. It's weird how we don't have really any information, but it just hit me. Could it be that these billionaires are working in conjunction with maybe foreign companies to try to off Donald Trump because they don't want the list to come out? Elon wouldn't be saying this if he didn't know something. That's what I can say. That's some ballsy move right there by Elon, man. Yeah, I see what you guys are saying. They're all scared. I love Elon. He's not bothered by telling the truth. Man, I don't know. That just hit me hard. I got to meditate on that today. Have you guys seen the photos of Epstein's a cell where there was like 20 jumpsuits? Like, you know, the orange jumpsuits that they wear that he hung himself with? Who the hell gets 20 jumpsuits? I've never seen that. I've watched like Scared and Afraid, right? Or those prison shows. I've never seen people just having all those prison jumpsuits in their room, especially if they're on suicide watch. Hey, let's give the guy as much rope as we can. The guards fell asleep. The security cameras weren't working. Come on. It's like, do you know? Holy shit. We're making some connections in real time here. Isn't it weird? Can we pause? Can we talk about this? Let's have a little bit of fun for a second. Multiple jumpsuits. The guy's neck looked a little off, like it wasn't really broken or died from a hanging. He had security guards that fell asleep. The security footage is somehow turned off during the exact time. We have no evidence really coming out. We don't know the list. We don't know who was involved. We don't even know really security guards. We don't know anything. Now, attach that to the first assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. Who was the guy working with? How did he get the blast caps for the bombs? How did he make the bombs? Why did he have bombs? Where were those bombs supposed to go? Where was the truck supposed to be? How did he get a rifle on the roof? How did he climb up there? How did he sit there and go unnoticed? How come he had cell phone pings next to FBI buildings multiple times? Who was he talking to? Why did he have multiple communications with people? Who were those people? Who were those countries? Smell an inside job. I'm still saying it. I'm smelling inside job. It doesn't make sense to me. There's a phrase that we use in accounting. If it smells like shit, usually it is shit. And there's a lot of doo-doo out there. And no, I'm not talking about San Francisco.